Okay, so for this edition of Question Thursday, I have a rampaging headache, so this is probably going to be a little bit less enthusiastic than normal. Question number 1. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 3. Haven't you seen every commercial ever? 3. And a bite. 3. And a bite. That is my least favorite animal, and why? Spiders. I have pretty intense arachnophobia. Screaming, crying in the corner. Intense. I don't know why. It's kind of progressed from just spiders to everything with more than 4 legs. And I used to be okay with spiders. When I was little, I used to catch them. I don't really have a problem. But I think it's because this one year when we moved into a new house, I had like multiple incidents with spiders. The first one being I was in the toilet and I heard a rustling in the trash can next to me. And I thought it was probably a mouse because like it had to be something pretty heavy to make the trash can liner rustle. So I leaned over and looked, and it was a spider about the size of my palm, and it jumped off the seat, very undignified, scream for mom kind of thing. So like the next day, like it was very soon after that, I walked into my stepdad's computer room and looked on the wall, and there was another giant hand-sized spider on the wall. And at that point, I think I was kind of desensitized to it, because I remember just kind of going, there's a spider on the wall. And then probably a week, like within the month, I was in the garage and I saw this giant spider crawling across my path. So I did what I would have normally done, like up to this point, and I stomped on it and I heard this like crunch, and thousands of baby spiders spread out from under my foot, and then I was doing like the kind of thing to kill them, and that was very disturbing. So I think that those 3 incidents, like that close together, caused the arachnophobia, which it just gets worse. Honestly, it's gotten so bad. One was on my arm the other day, and I started crying just from it being on my jacket. It wasn't even on me. It was on my jacket through 3 layers of clothing. What 2 animals do you wish you could combine into one awesome super animal? I think I would want to be a mix of a wolf and a tiger, and I have no idea what that would look like. Like maybe the speed, agility, endurance of a wolf, and the eyes maybe? No, tiger eyes are cool too. I don't know. I just love wolves and tigers, everything about them. I love all big cats, but tigers are my favorite, and I have a very spiritual connection with a wolf, so I feel like those 2. I will leave it up to your imagination to decide what that would look like. Regardless of how much you'd make, /talent, etc., what would you do if you could have any job? I think if you know me, you know that I would want to be a singer professionally. It's always been my dream to play Christine in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. Still kind of hoping. But any type of singer really, forever, has always been my dream. Even if I didn't make a whole lot of money at it, as long as I was appreciated somewhere. Again, regardless of cost, looks, etc., what would you want to be this Halloween? I have very low ambitions for Halloween costumes. I'm not very good at thinking up things. I've been a vampire for the last like 4 years, 3 or 4 years, so I'm not super original. But mostly that's also because I have this really bitchin' set of fangs that I use every year because they fit to my teeth, so why buy more? But if I could be anything, I would want to be some sort of really elegant looking like elf queen. Like I would totally want to be Galadriel or Arwen or something. I just love elf fashion, so flowy and majestic. Maybe I'd be a vampire elf. Take a chance to vent about anything I want to vent about. Oh, my dear, you have picked the perfect week for this question. Basically this week, I have been screwed royally on multiple fronts, mostly having to do with my fellowship. I have multiple requirements I have to meet to get paid by the government to do what I do. And there are deadlines, obviously. And I have to take multiple tests, and I have to have an evaluation, and etc. There's all these requirements. And I got this list. And granted, I didn't jump on it as soon as I should have, but I also didn't know I was going to need to give a month's notice. I was supposed to take a spoken test, and I scheduled it on September 4th, or tried to, and they told me, oh, you need to give 2 weeks notice, which puts me past my deadline of September 15th, first of all. Then I was told, oh, it's okay if you can get to September 20th, that'll be fine. Well, September 23rd comes, I still haven't gotten any information. So then I email, like, oh, well, we couldn't find a proctor for that time, so can you send us other times that you're available? So I send them all week, Monday through Friday, the entire availability. Still don't get any information. So waiting on that up till today. This is all coming to a head today, by the way. Then I find out that I have to have a grad credit number for my language class, even though when I asked, I was told that the level I'm taking would be fine, no extra work required. So now I have to add that heading into or finishing, I think, the 5th week of classes. Not really a viable thing. And apparently the person who scheduled my spoken test and screwed that up also was supposed to tell me about this, but has not. Finally, my teacher evaluation, which is due on Monday morning, my actual teacher, for some unknown reason, referred me to another teacher who I've never met or talked to. So I don't know how she's supposed to do a language evaluation of me. And she said, well, I have time on Wednesday, October 3rd. And I said, that's okay, that's fine. Because I didn't know until about 20 minutes ago that it was due on October 1st at the latest. So now, basically tomorrow, I have to get all of this shit together or I'm screwed. And you'll notice from my story, none of this was my fault. So that's going to be fun for tomorrow. I have a headache because I've been so stressed out about it, and I've been throwing a temper tantrum pretty much right up till I sat down to do the video. What's the best thing that's happened this week? If nothing refer to last week. This is how pitiful everything is this week. The best thing that happened was I got a package from my grandmother that had, I don't want to say essentials, it had Dayquil, NyQuil, food in it, so that I guess was the best thing that happened, getting a package. Oh, I also got a home phone that I can't make long distance calls on, so I can't contact 90% of the people I know. 95%, I would say. But I got a phone. It's pretty bitchin'. It's like an old style phone with like a spin. It doesn't spin, but it looks like it spins. And then like you can pick it up, and I got that one so that when I get mad I can slam it down, because I really miss being able to slam your phone. I think that's one of the drawbacks of cellular communication. What would you say is your biggest goal for the future? My biggest goal is and always will be to become famous for singing or acting. It always has been, always will be. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to let that go. Aside from that, my next biggest goal would be to stop being so stressed out about everything and to stop getting screwed so much. Also to find somebody who gets me and makes me happy, doesn't make me miserable all the time, and that, you know, I don't have to call my mom and scream about stuff because I don't have anybody to talk to. Job satisfaction. Oh, you said biggest, like single biggest. Okay, well, definitely getting famous. That's always, but in lieu of that, getting to do what I love and not wanting to kill myself all the time. I don't want to kill myself. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's exaggerating. That's it for this week. I still haven't found time to do the coffee run, mostly because I have literally been holed up doing readings for grad school and other things and just kind of being generally stressed out. So I haven't actually gone out and like done anything. I promise next time I go to a coffee shop that will happen. I don't know when I'm going to go to a coffee shop with somebody who can hold the camera, because if I hold the camera it kind of defeats the purpose of the recording thing. But great questions, everybody. I really appreciate them. Again, just as a reminder, Question Thursday has been moved to a bi-weekly basis because, like I said, I'm a grad student. I'm really busy. I don't have time for this shit. I don't even know why I'm doing it. Probably because I'm bored, and also I love you guys. I'm going to hear questions and tell you about my life. And hey, if you want to tell me about your life, maybe I'll talk about it. Maybe I'll discuss. If you want advice, I'll give advice. That's Question Thursday for this week. Remember to submit questions below. Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, however you have come to this video. Submit some questions, requests, dares, advice, requests again, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Adios, people.